When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do meaningful work every day. You get to be the biker who codes as fast as he rides, crafting advanced tech solutions that transform car buying, or a guitarist who develops harmonious apps and websites, connecting people to people and businesses, all in real time. A savvy soccer mom running solution sets as passionately as she runs gameplays. Be the super secret keeper, designing cybersecurity systems to protect private data and websites. A planet protector, expanding EV battery life and inventing more ways to build a better future for all. When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do career-defining work that solves the greatest problems of our time. Join us and connect to work that improves lives, including yours. Learn more about our family of businesses at cox.career/tech.
New year, new pleasure. Start 2025 with Starship's Customer Appreciation Days every day in January. Visit Starship locations on Old National Road in Atlanta, Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro, and Highway 34 in Noonan, and indulge in an extra 20% off when you whisper the secret keyword pleasure at checkout. Awaken your passions and spice up the new year with 20% off in-store every day in January. Just say the secret word pleasure. Make 2025 the year of endless pleasure with Starship, your trusted partner in sexual health and wellness.
Hair thinning can happen for so many reasons. Whether it's stress or hormones or anything, at Nutrafol we've learned that real change starts below the surface. Our hair growth supplements take a whole body approach and target the key root causes of hair thinning, so you can see visibly thicker, stronger hair in 3 to 6 months.
Hair growth starts from the inside at Nutrafol.com. That's Nutrafol.com.
KFI AM 640. You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly. On demand on the iHeartRadio app.
Reminder that there are people missing still, obviously, from the fires. The LA County Sheriff's Department has put together a list of people that have been reported missing from both the Palisades and the Eaton fires. And you'll find that list at KFIAM640.com/missing. Let's see if we can try to bring some people home, and hopefully these stories don't all end in tragedy. As we find out about more people, more names, more photos, we'll add those. KFIAM640.com/missing. A number of celebrities are trying to come out of the woodwork, too. We'll start a little bit of our Hollywood segment here. They're coming out of the woodwork to help. I love this. I love when celebrities do what they can to lend their clout to doing great things. Lady Gaga, Joni Mitchell, Stevie Nicks, Katy Perry, Sting, Billie Eilish, and Phineas. I don't know Phineas. Do you know Phineas? Guys, help me out here. Is it Billie Eilish and Phineas?
Yeah,
are they together?
Isn't that her brother? That's her brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
Look at us.
Thank God I've got you young fellas to help me out on that stuff.
We're so cool. We're so hip.
You know what I realized you really get old? It's when your kids get old enough that they're not telling you what's cool anymore. My kids are all young adults now, so they don't tell me what's cool, so I'm just completely off I don't know any of it. Red Hot Chili Peppers are going to be there as well. They're going to play at the upcoming Fire Aid benefit concert. That's going to be on the 30th at the Intuit Dome and Kia Forum in L.A. So, who else is going to be there? Let's see. The shows will also feature, oh my gosh.
You got any of that Wang Chung? What do you got?
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Wang Chung. Jesus.
Wow. Here's a guy who wants to have fun tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Gracie Abrams is going to be there. Green Day, Gwen Stefani, Jelly Roll. Oh, that's good. Also, who else is going to be there with Jelly Roll? It will be Cream Cheese Donut will be there as well. It looks like Robbie Cannoli is going to be a part of that. So we've got the entire dessert menu is going to be on. Tiramisu set to take the stage. Will be opening for strawberry cheesecake. Good stuff. Now, actually, back to real names. Now, Jelly Roll's a real name. Back to real names. Lil Baby. God bless him. Pink, Rod Stewart, Steven Stills, Tate McRae is going to be there. All performing for the first time together, they say, will be Dave Matthews and John Mayer. Oh, Dave Matthews and John Mayer are teaming up together. I'm in.
That sounds...
This is a dope concert. Do people say dope still? This concert is crunk. Is that a thing? It's off the...
That was like 2005.
Oh, crap.
23 Skidoo.
Oh, man, my bad.
He took it back like 1,000 years earlier.
The bee's knees. That's all coming up, again, January 30th at the Intuit Dome Kia Forum. So, I don't know. Rodder, we might have to take a day off and go see that.
Really?
I'll tell you what, there are a few artists in there that I would really love to see. I'd love to see Stephen Stills in concert.
Wow.
And I don't do concerts very often, but this is a hell of a lineup. The Chili Peppers and Katy Perry and Stevie Nicks. I love this.
That's like what not to put hate on Coachella, but that's what Coachella used to be.
Oh, man, do you sound
about, I don't know, 12 to 15 years ago.
I remember when MTV used to play music videos.
Yeah, are we going to get a little bit of the Dave Clark 5 in there?
Come on.
Some Spanky in our gang? But that lineup, that's what they used to do back then. Because they could afford it. Now they can't, so they got to get like the big
How can
people.
they not afford it? They're making so much money on that thing.
That's true, too. Yeah, and then they got the influencers. Yeah, they should better lineups.
I think they just want to be cliquey, right? They want to be...
They want to look like you can't get into the club.
Yeah.
So
they just end up looking like a bunch of weirdos. Yeah. I'd love to see Dave Matthews and John Mayer together. That is an attractive ticket to me.
Dope. That sounds really cool.
Fans across the globe can tune in and make contributions to the cause. Fire Aid is going to be broadcast and streamed live on Apple Music, Apple TV app, on Max, on iHeartRadio, KTLA Plus, Netflix, Paramount Plus, Prime Video, Amazon Music Channel, Twitch. All right, you know what? This is probably better. Then I don't have to deal with people. Okay. You know what? We'll just watch it on TV. That's better. Maybe a watch party without you guys. That sounds fun. I'll just do a watch party by myself. It's my favorite kind of party. Anyway, January 30th is when that's going to be going down. And you'll be able to catch it on iHeartRadio. Do you remember weren't the Menendez brothers supposed to have a resentencing back in November?
There was some talk of that.
Yeah. And something interrupted that. What do you remember what it was?
Well, we got a new DA.
Oh, that's right. Well, no, but wasn't there something else? Or was it because the new DA said, I'm going to hold off on the resentencing thing and we're going to delay it?
As far as I know, that was the main reason.
Was the thing. Okay. So I'm thinking these guys have been in prison since what? Since the murders in 89, they've been behind bars in the Gray Bar Hotel?
I believe it's been quite some time, yeah.
I love that, by the way. I'm guessing that wasn't an original, but if it was an original, that's genius.
I'm just going to take credit for it.
Okay, do it. Yeah.
Who's going to bust me?
Nobody.
Apart from the thousands of listeners right now.
So they've been in, and I sound like an idiot because I don't know where it came from. Me too. I get that. So they've been behind bars since 89, I think, in one way, shape, or form, either holding cell or obviously imprisoned. And then all of a sudden, there's new light shown on their case, and there's this glimmer of hope that the vast, 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 vast majority of convicts never have. So these guys, I'm guessing, had given up hope and had sort of, now they're going to get out and they're going to say, we never gave up hope. Crap. Total garbage. Yes, you did. At some point, they thought, this is my life. I need to make the best of what I have in front of me here. Okay? The Menendez brothers. And then all of a sudden, Netflix special comes out. Then there's new light shown on it. Then there's this question about whether or not evidence should have been allowed, this kind of thing that goes on. And it looks like, oh my gosh, they're going to get another shot here. And resentencing coming up in November, and you got to believe that they're crying as much as they did on the stand 30 years ago. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, they're going to get out. This has got to be great. And then they get a word that goes, oh, sorry, guys, there's been an election. The guy who wanted you out is gone. So, you know what? That's been postponed for 3 more months. And they're like, 3 months? It's got to be the longest 3 months of the entire sentence. And they're going, oh my gosh, okay, all right. Well, 3 months. You know, we made it 35 years. What's 3 more months? But they're thinking, 3 more months. What am I going to do? I'm going to go hug so-and-so. I can't wait to go taste a Randy's donut, right? They're going through all this list of, I want to do this. And I've never made a call on a cell phone before. I'm guessing they haven't, unless somebody keistered one in there and gave them a shot to play Candy Crush or something. But these guys have never played with a smartphone. to the best of my knowledge.
By the way, I love the use of keister as a verb.
Thank you. I love that. Yeah.
I was just
Suitcasing
thinking
is
that.
the other term.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Thank you. There's a lot of stuff that these guys are probably imagining, and they go, okay, I'm just going to look forward to this, and okay, 90 days. Nope. They were supposed to have a resentencing. Sounds like that's been interrupted yet again.
The LA wildfires are delaying the resentencing hearing for the Menendez brothers. LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman says the hearing, initially scheduled for the end of this month, has been moved back to March 20th.
Come on!
Hochman says preparations by both the prosecution and the defense were set back because of the fires.
These guys, if they get resentenced and they are set free, you know that they're always, at least initially, a few weeks later they'll forget about it, but initially they're going, that's 5 months of our lives that we should have been out sooner. That's what they're going to be thinking. That's what I would be thinking. I don't know. Maybe they've got a better lease on life, and maybe they're more optimistic. I would be B-U-M-E-D. That spells bummed. Dang, spelling is bad.
Almost.
Dang, I was close. Jimmy Kimmel gave us a shout out, by the way. Did you hear that?
No, when was
Did
this?
he really?
Yeah.
I watch his monologue most nights, and I missed that.
It was the one when he was crying.
Oh, the first one when he came back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay. That was actually a good one. I do remember that, but I don't.
Yeah.
He didn't talk about KFI specifically, did he?
No, but he gave a shout out to. I'm just going to take credit anyway. Here's what he said, and the thing is that people were talking over it.
I want to focus on
or cheering or whatever.
thanking those men and women because
talk about the firefighters first.
all we should be doing right now, and we should never stop thanking them. That's right. Our firefighters from LA were the first on the scene without hesitation. They were out there putting out the fires as best they could. And then we had firefighters from other states coming in, from Nevada, from Arizona, Texas, Oregon, Utah, Colorado, Washington, Northern California, New Mexico, Idaho, Maine. Firefighters came all the way from Maine. We have firemen and women
what else
from
are they doing in Maine?
Mexico, from Canada. And very grateful to them. And to our police, our National Guard, our rescue workers, the doctors, the nurses, EMTs, the pilots working 12-hour shifts. Thank God for all of you. And if you want to help these brave individuals with a donation, this is a very good place to start. Support LAFD.org. And I also want to thank our local news reporters who reminded us how important local television and radio and newspapers are, especially in time.
Okay, hey, audience, can you just stop clapping for a moment when he gives a shout out to radio? Listen to this. Just
television and radio. Radio. And newspapers are.
So TV gets a shout out. Newspapers get a shout out, but everybody's like, woo, TV, woo.
Meanwhile, that's where he got started.
I know. Total crap. He should have just told them all to shut up. I got to thank radio. Nah, I think it was classy move by Kimmel to give those shout outs. Yeah. That was nice. Yeah. That was nice of him to do. There's going to be a change coming. Not only do we have the TikTok ban that is set to take over, but we have a new regime that is going to enter back into the White House, which means we could see a resurgence of Hollywood. And I know you're thinking, wait a minute, I thought Trump hates Hollywood. Oh, no. He's got plans.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Chris Merrill from Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. You can listen anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app. There is no business like show business. And Trump says he is going to save show business. He's now named, we've got, he's looking at ambassador to France, ambassador to Italy, ambassador to S-hole country somewhere. Now he's got new ambassadors. Incoming President Donald Trump has now named Mel Gibson, John Voight, and Sylvester Stallone as ambassadors to Hollywood. I thought Hollywood was in the U.S. Do we need to have an ambassador? All right. Yeah, cool. All right, great. So he says that he's appointing them as ambassadors, special ambassadors to Hollywood. So even more important than the other ambassadors, special ambassadors to Hollywood. And he's going to return or bring back the golden age of Hollywood. Can you have a sequel to a golden age?
With those guys?
No.
Yeah, I don't. Was Kevin Sorbo unavailable?
I didn't know. Is Stallone conservative? I didn't think that he was a MAGA kind of guy.
Who can keep track?
Like John Voight, I know he is.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson, not really all that surprised. I didn't know Stallone was. Yeah, who can keep track? Was Kevin Sorbo.
I thought he might have some free time lately.
How mad is Chachi that he missed out on this job, right? I mean, curses. Love that. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to bring back the golden age of Hollywood. How is that going to look? I mean, at this point, everything is political, so people don't watch film. I can't say people. I can't overgeneralize, but there is a contingency of people that will only watch a film and determine whether it's good or bad based on the political leanings of the actors and director. Right? And so they go, oh, what a terrible. Oh, that Guardians of the Galaxy. What a piece of trash that was. Why is that? Oh, Vin Diesel. Bradley Cooper. Just terrible people. Chris Pratt. Oh, liberal. Right? But did you watch the movie? I didn't, because I know it was terrible. Because I know how they vote. Hate that. So anyway, now I guess we're going to return to the golden age of Hollywood by... If Hollywood turns more conservative, does it suddenly become the golden age of Hollywood? Because I would contend no. Are we in the... Ooh, here's a good question. Mark, this is a good question for you. Because you're pretty smart on these sorts of artsy film stuff.
Okay, what are you setting me up for here?
All right, so golden age of Hollywood, what was that, 40s, 50s? Is that what we say? Do we generally think of that as...
Why not?
Okay. Golden age of television. What do you think? Because I think we definitely had a pretty... If you want to say like 70s, 80s, I think we had a pretty good run of it there in the 2010s. I think there were some really great films that did the 2010s.
I think we're kind of in another golden age of it right now, but I would have ended it probably at the end of the adventure TV of the late 60s.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So this is what I'm going to suggest. Are we in a golden age of streaming right now? Or is this maybe just an infancy of streaming and we're going to have better stuff? I think that we're in the golden age, maybe on the back end, because now they're starting to cut budgets, right? When streaming was trying to bring people in that were willing to take a loss and just dump a ton of money into good programming. And now I feel like they're starting to cut back.
Well, Foosh and I have been talking about this. There's more good stuff to watch now than we have time for, and it's actually interfering with rewatching old stuff that I want to see again.
Thoughts and prayers, Mark Rahner. Thoughts and prayers.
I know it's a tough problem to have.
Yeah,
in the year of our Lord
sorry.
2025, isn't it?
So sorry for your loss.
Champagne problems, right?
Yeah, really sorry about that, buddy. Speaking of stuff to stream, I am pretty excited because I've been waiting 3 years for my Severance. I've said it before. I will say it again, and I've seen some columns on the internet that disagree with me. They say, "Oh, best bang for the buck, best value for your dollar when it comes to streaming is," and then they'll say whatever they're. I'm telling you, I don't watch it all the time. But the last streaming service I will cut, that might not even be true either. But I do think the best value as far as quality programming, not necessarily selection, but quality original programming for the price is Apple TV Plus. And Severance is on Apple TV Plus. So you've got, your Ted Lassos. You talk about Slow Horses. I know you like that. Mm-hmm. Severance is incredible. I've said For All Mankind, I think, is really good. There's just some really great original content on Apple TV Plus.
They do put a lot of good content.
Yeah, and it's still commercial free.
Yep.
Now, aren't they dribbling Severance out one episode per week? You can't chain watch it.
You know what? Where they went wrong is that they streamers started dropping everything all at once. Right? They allowed you to understand binge watching, so we know they're all done.
We got spoiled.
in the back of our minds, we always knew that whatever the next season of CSI was, or Breaking Bad, or whatever it was, we always knew that they had them all cut and edited and ready to go. But in our minds, we thought, well, they're working on the next one. And, they've got to play the other shows. And we kind of understood one a week kind of thing. Now we know they don't have to do that. So that really starts to irk me.
Yeah, because it was like Thursday night, CSI.
Right. And we knew that, okay, this is going to be just one episode, and then we had to wait for it. And I would say that they really figured out how to do that, because if I start to binge watch Sopranos, for instance, I go, man, that was a really boring episode. And that was a really boring episode. You binge watch Game of Thrones, really boring. But if you're watching one a week and you're waiting for it, then you're like, oh, that was interesting. And it gives you time to process what you just saw. But then you have to kind of do it a little bit differently if you're going to drop everything all at once. It bugs me when they go back to the old way. Don't do that. Don't tease me like that, because I know you've got the goods. Just give it up. Give it up. All right. Let me see. Oh, my gosh. There was a British tabloid dream scenario that played out thanks to the fires. And the British tabloids are just in heaven right now, because they get to take on their favorite targets again.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
New year, new pleasure. Start 2025 with Starship's Customer Appreciation Days every day in January. Visit Starship locations on Old National Road in Atlanta, Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro, and Highway 34 in Noonan, and indulge in an extra 20% off when you whisper the secret keyword pleasure at checkout. Awaken your passions and spice up the new year with 20% off in-store every day in January. Just say the secret word pleasure. Make 2025 the year of endless pleasure with Starship, your trusted partner in sexual health and wellness.
Joe Montana here. In my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease. Are you 50 or older like me? The CDC now recommends vaccination against pneumococcal disease. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at increased risk and over 6 times greater risk of hospitalization with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50. Schedule your appointment today at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
New year, new pleasure. Start 2025 with Starship's Customer Appreciation Days every day in January. Visit Starship locations on Old National Road in Atlanta, Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro, and Highway 34 in Noonan, and indulge in an extra 20% off when you whisper the secret keyword pleasure at checkout. Awaken your passions and spice up the new year with 20% off in-store every day in January. Just say the secret word pleasure. Make 2025 the year of endless pleasure with Starship, your trusted partner in sexual health and wellness.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Are you guys like me? Anytime you use the phrase good old days, you have to say the good old days? All because of that song? That song has ruined the phrase for me.
I've never heard that song.
You haven't heard that?
No.
I figured Mark didn't, but I'm surprised that Chris heard it.
What? That song was really popular.
Oh, it's so. I think, you know what? Actually, to just not even kidding, Mark, I think you would like 21 Pilots, because the way that they talk about everything in their songs is
they're great.
You'd
like them.
Oh yeah, I think you would like it if you listen to the lyrics.
Yeah, I'm pretty disconnected from most current music, shamefully so. I try to avoid it because I know that I'm going to be revealed as approximately 100 years old every time this stuff comes up.
When did that? Hold on. Let me just bing this. When did Stressed
I was just going to tell you right now.
Give it a thorough binging.
2015.
Yeah.
Okay, that was after I stopped doing music radio in 2011. I think it was the last time I did any programming on music radio. But no, that was a super popular song, though.
No.
21 Pilots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great song. Mark, listen to that song.
And just check them out, 21 Pilots.
You're going to love them, Mark.
Lyrics.
Well, who doesn't love pilots?
Solid.
And there's 21 of them.
Yeah, even better.
And that band name is a reference
to.
I'm going to let Mark find
Come
it.
on.
You're gonna leave our listeners in suspense for
Come on.
Yeah,
This isn't about
because
Mark
is the expert.
Wait, is it something dirty?
No. It's a like an art reference, like a movie reference.
Okay, if you say so.
Come on. It was from an Arthur Miller play?
See?
The band whose name, thank goodness I've got Bing. The band whose name comes from a play called All My Sons, written by Arthur Miller. The lead singer was inspired by the play and the lesson that he derived from it. So there you go.
Well, who doesn't like a deep Arthur Miller cut reference?
I love Arthur Miller.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Mark
Come
Rahner
on, Mark.
would.
Come on, Rahner. Yeah, if there's anybody on
I was
this
gonna
show,
say,
it's
like, he's
you.
making a joke, and it's like, who wouldn't? It's you.
Okay, Arthur
Yeah, I
Miller,
love it when you guys try to mock me for being literate.
Yeah.
Keep going with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, you losers who like Tennessee Williams. Yeah. Come on, guys.
Meanwhile, he likes to make Mo Kelly make the Pepto-Bismol song.
Well, because I think that's something we can
Pepto-Bismol.
all agree on, don't you? I mean,
Yes.
whatever else we disagree on, we can find common ground with.
If you have
Diarrhea.
nausea, heartburn, upset stomach.
Diarrhea.
I think that's what brings us all together.
Upset stomach.
in the end.
Diarrhea does bring us all together.
That's
I thought
a drop.
I could get you to repeat that.
That's a drop right there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Diarrhea does bring us all together. Very good. Speaking of diarrhea, you ever read a British tabloid? It is the diarrhea of journalism. And thank goodness we have the Daily Mail to tell us how horrible Harry and Meghan are. According to the Daily Mail, Harry and Meghan are the most entitled, disingenuous people on the planet. According to a bombshell article that they wrote, I think.
Bombshell?
Yeah, bombshell is what they said. It's bombshell.
I'm preparing. Okay.
It's from Vanity Fair. They're calling it a bombshell article from Vanity Fair.
Oh, okay. Bombshell.
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready.
The couple have seen the lid lifted on their glamorous life, with former colleagues and neighbors lining up to vent their fury at the pair. The source who worked closely with Harry and Meghan said, I can picture him meeting Meghan and being just a deep breath of like, I've been so exhausted and you make everything so easy. Huh? I don't want to be like, oh, it's an Oedipus thing or whatever, but it kind of feels like she's reparenting him in a way. That doesn't sound bombshelly. That sounds oddly pervy.
Kinda.
Yeah. Oh, Harry's missing his dead mother, so he married Meghan Markle, who reminds him of her. Okay, great. Anyway, her special, her cooking special, or according to the tabloids, her cookery show, has been delayed because of the wildfires, I guess. And Spotify execs are mad because their podcast didn't go anywhere. Remember, they were supposed to do a podcast, and did they even do an episode? Didn't they get a bunch of money up front, and then they never did an episode, and then there was this whole, they owe us money kind of thing. So anyway, the tabloids love to rip on the royalty, and especially on Harry, because he married an American and basically renounced his title and left the country. So they love to play into that one. That is a dream scenario for them. They just love that stuff. So I don't even know why I brought. Oh, I know, because we're talking about celebrities. How about American royalty? No, I was going to say Ryan Reynolds, but he's Canadian. Blake Lively is striking back. Okay, Blake Lively sued. Hold on. She filed a lawsuit accusing Justin, is it Baldoni, am I saying that correctly, of sexual harassment and then orchestrating a smear campaign against her because of their collaboration on the film It Ends With Us. You may be aware of that right now, and if you're not, you still don't care. Baldoni has since countersued for $400 million, saying that Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds, a.k.a. Deadpool, a.k.a. Mint Mobile, a.k.a. What was his name in the gamer guy show? Because I thought that was hilarious too. Anyway, they're saying that Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and the publicist fabricated all of the allegations in order to gain creative control over the film It Ends With Us. The lawsuit that he filed also references text messages where Lively likened herself to Khaleesi from the Game of Thrones, referring to Ryan Reynolds and her friend Taylor Swift as her dragons. I'm going to say that Taylor Swift is nobody's dragon. Taylor Swift is Khaleesi, but that's fine. Suggesting that their influence was used to pressure him into accepting her script changes. Okay, so here, is this safe to say that this is the biggest Hollywood story nobody gives a rat's patoot about? And I'm sorry if you do care about this. I don't mean to sound like I'm out of touch with you. I just don't give a damn.
No, I don't care about. Have you seen the movie?
No, I haven't. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe if I saw the movie, I'd be more invested in it, and I'd care about what's going on behind the scenes.
That's where it's kind of ironic.
Why?
Because the guy that's allegedly, doing all these sexual harassment things to Blake Lively.
Right. He's the director, right?
Director and the main actor.
Okay, the co-star.
And that's what he does not that, but he does,
like his character is similar to
suspicious things in the movie, and the way they actually shot it was very creative.
Oh, okay. So maybe very talented, but talented people can still be super creepy.
Exactly.
Mark, any examples of super creepy people who are incredibly talented?
No, but I would like to I'd like to delve further into Foosh's affinity for apparent chick flicks.
Oh, is it a chick flick? Maybe that's why I haven't seen it.
It's considered a chick flick, but
did you watch it alone?
I did.
Attaboy!
But
well done, and you admitted it in public. Good for you.
No, everyone knows. Yeah,
we're not shaming you, Foosh.
Hold on, Rahner.
Okay.
I know you want to take his man card away for that.
No,
I am impressed. I'm going to give you an extra punch on your man card.
What?
Yep. Because you go, I am secure enough. I'm going to watch a chick flick by myself. I want to see this movie. And I'm going to give you an extra punch on that. I mean, I would never do it, but I'm going to give you an extra punch on your punch card for admitting that. Good for you.
I admire him being so forthcoming and about peeing sitting down as well. I think that's great.
Have you tried it, Rahner? Because the bowl stays a lot cleaner.
If you say so.
Plus, you don't have to turn on the light.
That's true. Or be sober. A lot of advantages to peeing sitting down.
Yeah. Well,
lots.
I'm going to put that on my to-do list.
So, Mrs. Deadpool, a.k.a. the Queen Mother of Wrexham, is now saying that this latest lawsuit is par for the course.
Congrats on your
Oh, hang on. That's the internet is trying to tear her up because she said something snarky to a reporter one time. Hold on. This is what she had to say.
Blake Lively is speaking up after Justin Baldoni filed
this is from Hollywood Reporter.
The second lawsuit, this time a bombshell lawsuit against herself and husband Ryan Reynolds.
I think you're going to like this story. Oh, you're not going to believe what's going on with Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds.
Baldoni filed a $400 million lawsuit against the two over what transpired on the set of It Ends With Us and in the weeks following the movie's release. Lively's legal team is now responding, saying it's another chapter pulled from the abuser playbook. This is an age-old story. A woman speaks up with concrete evidence of sexual harassment and retaliation, and the abuser attempts to turn the tables on the victim.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would do.
This is what experts call DARVO, deny, attack, reverse victim offender. The rebuttal was issued hours after Baldoni filed a 179-page lawsuit in New York federal court against Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds, alongside two publicists, alleging extortion, defamation, and claims related to breach of contract tied to the making and release of It Ends With Us. In describing how Lively allegedly slowly and deliberately took over the movie, Baldoni says she invoked best friend Taylor Swift.
I just don't care.
This is serious. Pay attention. And you're going to want to keep that Darvo in your quiver for later on, too.
Actually, that's the only thing I got from it.
Yeah, Darvo.
I thought that's actually interesting because, I mean, there's going to be sexual harassment cases in the future, sexual abuse, that kind of thing. We're going to have more cases like, but this is just one I just don't care enough about it. $400 million. There's going to be some sort of a weird settlement. It's all going to go away. Just get it over with. Leave Blake Lively alone. Leave her alone. Leave Blake alone. Right?
Do you want to side against Deadpool? I don't think so.
No, you don't. Leave Blake alone. Hang on, I'm just stalling so I can find my cut. Hold on. Yes, here it is. Leave Blake alone. Leave Blake Lively alone.
Leave Blake alone. Please.
Please.
Leave
Blake
Britney
Lively
Spears alone right
now.
I mean it.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Okay. It's Friday night. I just start singing along. Sunday, iHeartRadio is hosting a very special California town hall with Governor Newsom. It's going to start at 9 a.m. It's going to be on all of iHeart's California stations, including KFI AM 640. So if you're in the car on your way to church or on your way home from church or on your way back from the bar, Foosh, Governor Newsom is going to take questions from Californians who have been impacted by the recent fires and discuss plans for the future of the state. So make sure you tune into KFI Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. I'm on Sunday afternoon starting at 4. I plan on taking some of what he has to say, and we'll dive into it, do some analysis, that kind of thing. And, try to read between the lines. You know how politicians are. We'll try to dissect what they say and read between the lines a little bit. Also, Sunday, we don't know right now. The latest is that TikTok could be done by Sunday. They say they're going to go dark unless they have assurances from both the outgoing and incoming administrations that the service providers, I guess, and I don't know if that means the carriers like Verizon and AT&T, or if it means the internet service providers like Spectrum or Time or Cox or whoever it is. I don't know if it means them or if it means if they've got other vendors or whatever, but they're concerned, there could be an issue with them. Hold on, guys, just a second. I've got an oxycodone stuck in my throat. Just vamp while I try to get this out.
No, that's fine. If you have extra, you know where to bring them.
Yep.
It's all good because I know what Ed does.
Friday night is Oxy and Viagra night. That's what it is. Okay.
Just let them fight it out.
Yeah, it's going well so far. How about the rest of the stories? Other crap I thought was interesting. I thought I'd bring it to your attention. Here we go. Are you above or below average? All right. Rahner and Foosh, above or below average? Oof. According to surveys, come to find out, a growing trend in personal preparedness isn't just paranoia. 70% of people are forward-thinking individuals, finding themselves grateful for a backup plan and keeping clean underwear nearby. Come to find out, 39% of people pack an extra pair of underwear while they anticipate potential accidents. 37% say that they know that they'll need a wardrobe change at some point during the day. 18% of people acknowledge their tendency to spill things on themselves, so they keep an extra undergarment lying around. But this is a bit interesting. It was a study that was commissioned by Hanes. Shows that 60% of Gen Z, 57% of millennials do have an in case of emergency underwear on them, suggesting a shifting attitude. By the way, I don't do this, and I really should. I had some intestinal issues a few years ago. I had to have some surgery, so I really need to have some just for those odd days. But the average American, if you're above or below average, the average American has 4 what they call good pairs of underwear in rotation. 4. Do you have more or fewer than 4 good pairs of underwear? Foosh!
Definitely more. Definitely.
Rahner, more or fewer?
You got to have at least one for each day of the week, right?
Kind of what I thought. But what is a good pair, too? Because I got to tell you, I'm a dude, and like a couple of little holes are not enough for me to throw that away.
Yeah.
Underwear is expensive, so I'm not just going to start throwing it away just because it's got one little hole in it, right? There's got to be a good blowout in there or a stain.
Blowout. Jeez.
Has to be.
I like the real question that is it Haynes is asking is
yeah.
The question's actually how incontinent are you, isn't it?
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just drill down here.
So is it concerning that because I thought you made a really good point there, Rahner. It's a very deep thought that you had on this very important topic. When you said you should have at least one pair for every day of the week. Now I'm going to tell you I have 2. I got my daytime underwear and I got my sleeping underwear. All right? So I got. How often are these people doing laundry if they only have 4 good pairs of underwear? Right?
So,
Are they doing it often enough, or are they pulling the whole turn it inside out, it's good for another day trip?
Are we talking about people who are only they have as much as they can carry with them and that's it?
I don't know. I'm just telling I don't think that they were serving panhandlers.
Well, why wouldn't you have more than 4 pairs of underwear?
I don't know. Maybe it just has to do with what they call good underwear.
Does this correlate with socks as well?
Yeah, okay. So there's another good question. As we talk about good underwear, do you have any sort of underwear that you save, like special occasion underwear? Women will have special occasion underwear.
Well, yeah.
I don't know that dudes do.
Wait, special occasion meaning what? Company?
Sure.
Okay.
Or maybe you have an event and you want to make sure you're dressed to the nines from the inside out.
Well, I mean, a special occasion could mean anything from you're going to score to you have a doctor's appointment. Which is it?
Both. I think anytime you anticipate that there's going to be eye contact, you make sure that you're not wearing the religious underwear, the holy ones. So I think all of these things are.
Well, I think we're all at the age where we're getting that one exam from the doctor about every year.
Yeah. I'm going to end on this fun little story, speaking of the one exam, because you opened the door on this, and it's Friday night. I can be a little loose here.
He sure did open the door.
So I had my physical last year, and my insurance company said, you need to have your prostate exam. And there was going to be a reimbursement for it, whatever. So I go in and I make my appointment. I get into my chart, right? And I make my appointment. I go, I need to have my physical, also insurance asking that I have my prostate exam. So I go in, the doctor comes in, he says, all right, blood pressure, and let me listen to your heart, let me look in your earballs, this kind of thing. And then he says, okay, well, everything's great. We'll get your blood tests, and then you're good. And I go, oh, doc, I said, I would rather not have to bring this up, but my insurance company wants to have the prostate exam. So, I mean, not exactly how either one of us wants to spend our morning here. And he goes, yeah, we don't do that anymore. The blood test will show us what we need to see. And if you have elevated levels, then we might have to do something a bit more invasive. But we really don't have to do the whole thing anymore.
Wait just a second there.
Yeah, so your doctor likes you, buddy.
I was lied to. I think I got a lawsuit on my hands here.
I think you do. Yep.
Wow. Also, why were both his hands on my shoulders?
I love that joke. It's 1,000 years old and it never stops being funny.
It's one of those old Friars Club jokes.
So great. It's so great, though. I love it to death. Foosh, you make me laugh every night. Matt, you did an incredible job. Thank you for everything, your hard work behind the scenes. I appreciate that. Rahner, it's like 2 old buddies getting together and just shooting the breeze like they haven't missed a minute. I just love working with you. Thank you so much for letting me sit in again, guys. Can't wait till the next time. I'm back on Sunday afternoon. You guys enjoy your weekend. I'll talk to you then. It's Chris Merrill in from Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640, live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You've been listening to Later with Mo Kelly. You can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.